Hi.
Hola.
你好。
YouTube started, I see.
Yeah.
Good.
Hi, Ron.
Hello.
Nice hit you've got there.
Yeah. It's a New Year's present.
Really, really cool.
Just go to Free Ton Shop. Get yourself one.
Oh, actually, I didn't know that there was a free TON shop. I'll just go there right now.
Yeah, it's a bot. Just go to Telegram and type in Free Ton Shop, one word.
Hello.
Hey, me too.
你好。
Hi guys.
Hi, Alex.
I'll be
Sorry?
with you on a video in a few minutes.
Where is your camera?
Mine?
Yeah,
Mm,
we haven't seen you for ages.
yeah,
Yeah.
I know you missed me. I know.
Mitya, please show new t-shirt. There are many people that asked me many times.
I don't have new t-shirts because I can't, like, shop that I have is like 600 kilometers from me, and there are borders problem in Europe, so I cannot buy new t-shirts.
You can use Freeton shop.
There are no Muji in Freeton shop, unfortunately. I only wear V-necks.
What
It's complicated.
Okay. Well, I guess we can begin, yeah? Unless anybody's opposed. Okay. Well, let's begin. Hold on. Is my microphone on? Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. This is weekly update number 44. And as always, if you can, please turn on your cameras. It will make the stream go a bit livelier. And also, please save any questions that you might have toward the very end when we have our Q&A session. That would be really appreciated. Okay, let's get right into general updates. Let's see here. Tokens that were distributed last week. Esports Reloaded, I call it Reloaded. Esports 2.0 subgovernance got their tokens. The Chinese subgovernance got their stage 2 tokens, as did the French subgovernance. And our brand new Vietnamese subgovernance got their first tokens. So that's it for distributions. New proposals that passed last week. The Freeton wallet as a Chrome extension contest was passed. And that was actually coordinated with the guys, the team from Extra Ton. So at this point, everybody is pretty much on the same page. So I think that's going to be good news for a lot of people. The Hackernoon partnership, that went through. And the African Blockchain Institute provided their second stage KPI report, requested their third stage tokens, and they got those. So that's that. There will be some new proposals that should go to a vote likely today. And as for token distributions, we're going to try very, very hard to have a distribution this week, but unfortunately, there are a few multi-sig signatories that are either traveling right now or will be traveling later on in the week. So it's kind of, it's a bit of a toss-up as to whether or not we'll actually be able to run a distribution, but we'll give it our best shot. Worst case scenario next week. So don't get upset if it falls into next week. And finally, for me, a quick reminder: there's the decentralized PR contest. There are only 3, well, technically, actually more like 2.5 days left for anyone who wanted to make a submission to do so. So if you are planning to participate, now's the time. So please hurry and get yours in before the cutoff. So that's it really for general mumbo jumbo. So let's get to the meat of today's call. We have some really cool updates from the NIL Foundation. We have Mikhail with us today who will sort of walk us through them. So Mikhail, if you're ready,
yeah,
go right ahead.
Hello. There are several updates from us. Well, it's like some of them, they are about our new promises we've made in the end of the previous year. And it is, first of all, about the update on the second node implementation, like Rusty 1. Some time ago, we promised to deliver the verification instruction integration into it as well. And we think up to today, the first testing version is ready to go. It's like in here. So like both of nodes now have the integration of the Chrome 16 verification instruction built inside. Meet, as far as I understand, the Rusty node is not in its release stages yet, right?
There is a master, which if you could commit kindly whatever you need to commit into that master, we will just, review and accept, and it will go into Rust Cup immediately. So.
All right, good. It's all right. Yeah, that was the next thing to discuss. The integration and like massive testing of this thing. Well, because we're now having both nodes integration built in. We gotta start like public testing or something, because testing this internally can go forever. It's not.
Sure.
It's not really.
Yeah, let's do it on RustNet. It's I will update later, but yeah, just push it into our repo on the master there, and that will be the easiest way to get it into production quickly.
The second question, what do you say about like we're doing kind of the same with the CPP node? Do we have something like publicly available to deploy it and to deploy it onto, like
yes, you can do the same thing with
it's going to be deployed on
TON Labs. Yeah, exactly. If you do the same thing with TON Labs /TON kind of GitHub stuff, then we will exactly do the same for the and deploy it in DevNet.
Great. That solves a lot of troubles, All right, that solves a lot. That's the first update. The second update is like we've got more clear examples on the usage. We have remember we have discussed the serialization troubles. we have reworked it to be less gas consuming. So it looks like this one right now. And that's the thing. That's the thing about the implementation updates. There is the next question to probably discuss. It's well, this question is probably addressed to everyone being present in here, to everyone in here. What do you say if we like start, I don't know, planning the cluster upgrade? But you see, planning the cluster upgrade, the whole cluster upgrade, is something very troublesome and something very, like, it's troublesome. All right. So we gotta have a damn good reason to do that. And what do you say if we start, the anonymous tokens, like implementation and design contest? What do you say if we propose such a contest, like today?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. We already spoke about that. I think it's long time due, and yeah, let's do it. And it should be probably under DevEx sub-governance, something like that. And yeah, I mean, if you have any already something drafted, then let's push it there.
Yep, there is a draft. All right, that's decided as well. What also?
Yeah, let me just maybe in a couple of words about that, guys. So this is a contest of actual implementation or usage of the zkSNARK system that that Misha and the Neil Foundation team did, and the contest is a proposal to implement actually a TIP3 token based on zkSNARKS, which is basically turning TIP3 token into a private token on FreeTON.
Yep, that's exactly about it.
It's a very, very interesting contest. And of course, you can imagine the possibilities of the private token usage in FreeTON, which obviously makes all kind of use cases possible, including business transactions, all kinds of business integration with business logics that need to get transparency yet privacy. For example, logistics and other such use cases where business can want to operate on a public blockchain but doesn't want to reveal its internal kind of transactions and data that is a business property, and they need a privacy for that, private transactions for that, yet a blockchain that will enable interaction with their partners. So they don't currently, they are deploying their private networks, and that's how it's done today in the world. So if you need the business operations on the blockchain, you deploy private network, which we don't believe in that case. Instead, we believe that these kinds of operations can be done on the public blockchain, should be done on the public blockchain, but they need to preserve privacy of the business operations. And this technology exactly enables that, these kind of use cases.
And here you go, the pull request and it goes live.
Great. If you're writing something anywhere, I don't see that, but we definitely need to.
He sent a couple
Maybe
of,
you can share a screen.
In here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Great. Perfect. Excellent.
And the rusty one comes.
For everybody.
Longer, but
for everybody on the call, they're in the chat.
Yeah, Ron, just if you can share it with like in YouTube channel or something, so everyone will see them, can go check them, and see these great things. Well, I think Seryoja probably would like to do that on FLD network as well. Try that first as well. So guys, you are welcome to play with that and report any issues if you encounter ones.
There's one more question. Do we have interoperable testing network running
between Rust and And
Yep.
C++ not yet, because as I explained before, the goal of current stage of development of Rust node is not interop, but rather to push it the boundaries of the performance. So it's heavily optimized towards that, and we quickly changed many things in the protocol, which currently makes it not interoperable with C++. Once we get through the Rust Cup and we get all the testings on the Rust Cup for RustNet, then we will propose the changes to the C++ node accordingly to make it interopt with the Rust network and node, and not vice versa.
Okay, yeah, I got it. It's just I was concerned about us not turning the whole upgrading thing into a total mess in case they're not interoperable.
We will check that. It will go through it won't go to the network immediately. It will go through the processes of testing processes first, as part of our master checking and CI/CD, and so
Yeah, all right.
then it will go to the testnet. So if anything wrong, like we will obviously communicate with you any issues.
All right,
If
all
any
right,
issues
great.
exist.
Well, then basic questions are solved and basic announcements are done.
Great, Mikhail. Great.
Excellent.
Excellent work.
Thank you, Mikhail. That's excellent. Good news. Cool stuff. Okay. All right. I guess now we can just move right through to our usual technical updates. So Mitya, you can continue.
Okay. So there are a few things. Actually, this is kind of an intermediary, I would say, update. This was long weekend for most of our developers, but yet we worked through the weekend. We ran, which saved us I think whole week. So we ran a lot of tests. We identified the issue that we had in incompatibility of different changes that we made. We now are running through. So this was done, like today morning. We kind of finally got exact commit which broke things. So we now already deployed, I think, the network, which is the network that is clean of all the issues that we had before, and we want to run additional tests today on top of the network that we'll run now. So we deploy it in some other testing environment, and once that passes, we can move to RustNet deployment. Hopefully, again today by the evening, if nothing happens. Something unknown, which I don't know. Good news is that while doing all that, we kind of deployed a lot of, during this last week, we deployed a lot of stress tests to the network, and we broke their own record on the performance meanwhile, which kind of crushed our infrastructure. It was the highest throughput we ever saw, which I dropped some screenshots in validators chats with our metrics. We had to take it from Grafana because the front end crashed actually. So working on that as well. The crash is attributed to some large amount of data passed into, actually, our own internal testing for ArangaDB versus, by the way, we run an internal testing ArangaDB versus Postgres, and ArangaDB is outperforming Postgres by far, and in that not ArangaDB itself, but the connectors and stuff. So we currently, the infrastructure can withstand 100,000 on the parser side transactions per second, 60,000 transactions per second on the RungaDB writing kind of. But there is certain data when it increases the certain type of kind of data, it still crashes, and it crashed at about 10K. So we got more than 10K actually. Now probably I need to explain again this. So we got about 4K transactions per second and about 8K messages per second, which in total gives you like 12K. And this is comparable to something like probably 30K transactions per second on other blockchains when you just change in balances. So it won't be like, it is not a exact measure. Like when Solana says like 35 transactions per second, it means 35 changes of balances, which are not executions of smart contracts. In TON, for every such thing, we need to send messages, several messages, plus execute transactions on the smart contract. Well, the bad news is that we cannot compare that transactions exactly one-to-one, because in our case, it takes more resources to change balance. Good thing is that it can not only execute changes balances, but can actually perform any kind of smart contract, right? So, but it's very hard to compare. So let's say we compare just every message and transaction and take it all in one and compare it with this, it gives us 12K. But because of also transactions involved, the smart contract transactions involved, so we can add to that like X5 or something, I don't know. So what I believe it's a very good performance, but which crushed the infrastructure, by the way. So we need to fix that, working on that on the front end side. And so bottom line, these are good news. So let's see how that performs in the large network. So basically that's it from me. Again, hope to do that, to deploy the network today. And to start the Rust Cup this week. So that's the goal now.
Okay, thank you, Mitya. I think that's it for presentations. Let's go to questions or comments from participants. Either raise your hand, or because we sort of got through this pretty fast, you can go ahead and speak up.
There's a question from Michel Kabanov.
Michel, hello. Hi, guys.
Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Yeah. Michel, this is a question for you about the decentralized PR contest. Now, do I understand correctly that when submitting the PDF in the Gov interface, I should put down the wallet that I used? I created one in the DePress DeBot. Is that correct?
I guess so. Yeah.
So if it is a new one, I put that address, not just my personal wallet there, right? The one used in DePress.
Yes, I mean, you need to think like how the jury will count everything. Like with what address?
Because there are two options. There is a Gov interface where I can put wallet address A, and there is a DePress which uses wallet address B, but they both belong to me because Gov interface knows that's my PDF submission. But okay, I will use the one in the DePress DeBot. Okay.
Yeah, you need to be correspondent to how we will prove that this is you. Like Satoshi test and all that, it doesn't work. So please use this, the wallet that participates in the contest.
Okay, and the PDF, as usual, should have my Telegram nickname and links to the articles, right?
You need to reveal in the DeBot, you know, all the kind of secrets.
Yeah, there is a doc. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
To close the submission.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And should I put these?
And then you put all
PDF?
this into PDF and submit it.
Oh,
Something
okay.
like that.
Okay. Thank you. Cheers.
All right.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the how timings goes, but if you need to put it into PDF or you just put it into the DeBot, and in PDF you just put the link to your the account that controls the DePress. So that's something.
In any case, I need to put all that data from the DePress into PDF. So
well, you need to link. Yeah, you need to link this. What jury need to do? It opens the PDF. Now it need to verify all your submissions. How can jury do that? Think about this information and put it into the PDF.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, Mita. Pavel, you have a question?
Yeah, hi all. So there is a very discussion of the proposal from DeFi Alliance team, and I think that we should invite them on community call and or make an AMA session.
There will be such a mass session tomorrow.
Okay, great. Okay, great. Because I mean, okay, let's not so spoil that. So the idea is that now we have a group of funds and developers of DeFi solutions which are joined together in order to promote actually DeFi in TON, and they made a proposal, joint proposal. So they have their vision how they think it should be promoted in order to become competitive very, very quickly. And that's why it's important, because I see quite some comments are not that positive. So I think community should understand intention and they understand the way they go.
And if you ever wondered how the interstellar space communication looks like, you should look at the Pavel's picture.
Yes, deep space.
Okay, thank you. Who else has a question or a comment? No? Okay.
Hey,
All
just
right.
sorry guys, I always do that to you, don't I, Ron? Just
That's
a quick
okay.
humble brag. If anyone's browsing on their desktop today, feel free to check out the Hackernoon front page. Hey, got 3 tons to the very front page of Hackernoon yesterday. So, and it's still sat there pretty.
Congratulations, man.
That's
I read
awesome,
the article.
man.
It's awesome article.
Thank you ever so much. It's been sat there a little while in the drafts, but I spoke to one of our contacts from Hackernoon yesterday, and they really helped push things along. So, yeah, great stuff.
Beautiful. Fantastic, man. That's great.
And my DePress piece will be coming hopefully later today, if not tomorrow. So,
one more request. Can we change that to DPR? Me too.
You should get over that.
Yeah, I'm depressed.
Talk to your psychic.
I'll just make a submission. Okay.
Right.
Nikita, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. I wanted to announce that actually the web and design self-governance isn't completely dead, and actually it's quite the opposite. So we are planning to relaunch the web and design self-governance 2.0 this week, and actually and we've learned I mean, we hope we've learned most of the lessons learned from the previous self-governance. So you know, the questions everybody wants to ask is like, what's the difference from our last attempt? First of all, actually, I think, you know, it may sound strange, but I think that the amount of money requested last time was like too much. And actually this large amount of money, we asked more than 3 million tokens. And I now understand that for the web design purposes, it's like way too much. And it, you know, made, you know, the community like make wrong decisions. So this time we'll ask, I mean, I'm talking from this new web design 2.0. a small amount of tokens. Smaller means tens of thousands of tokens, maybe so south of 100,000. That's what I believe. And the second thing, I don't think the idea of making large, massive contests with the more large, massive payouts is a good idea. So we tried this, and actually, I mean, it's okay, but maybe for the different times. So I think we'll focus on something small and with small payouts and small prize pools, just because, again, I understand that maybe super massive amounts of super massive top designers would be attracted by that, but actually that's not our goal. Our goal is to get the community involved in designing stuff, and that's actually I hope that we'll get that goal. Also, I myself personally really want to stimulate the interconnections between sub-governances. I know that a lot of different sub-governances need a lot of stuff to design, and like the DeFi sub-governance and all other sub-governance need a lot of stuff, I mean minor stuff, to get designed. And I think that's actually the first thing we need to learn to collaborate is within our community, and after that try to collaborate with other people around. So if we cannot, design stuff for ourselves, like it could be, quite ambitious to start designing other stuff. So we'll have this proposal out this week. I think we'll try to keep the initial members low, just because the people that are involved in the community voice of governance seen that we have not reached the minimum amount of voices to extend the jury selection contest last week. Ron, are you a member of the community voice of governance?
I am, but community voice technically, yeah. Oh yeah, it is. I am, yeah. I don't remember if I'm an initial member though. I don't believe I'm a voting member, but I'm very active in it.
So we the initial members couldn't reach 50% of the votes to extend the contest for.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame. I mean, it's just a shame, I think. So we'll keep the initial members, the amount of initial members low, and we keep the budgets very, very low for not, not to make an incentive for people to try to hunt for prizes rather than do stuff. And if we start doing stuff, we'll just ask for more. And if the initial members of the network will be generous enough to give us more in the future, if we do great stuff, that'll be great. So let's hope that our second try will be luckier than the first one.
Thank you, Nikita. I actually had a question about that. Are you aware there actually is a Web and Design 2.0 subgovernance proposal on the forum?
Yes. I'm aware of that, and actually, I personally do not agree with it too much because, again, I have some concerns about it. I just don't want to move the discussion from the forum and from the chat here, just to not waste everybody's time. Again, it's just an opinion as other stuff, and we'll provide another opinion of how the Web and Design Subgovernance 2.0 should look like, and if the community supports the new one, we'll start with the new one. Or maybe the community will want something else, and then we'll just continue the discussion on and on, but we hope that to finalize it soon. Yes, I know that, but again, I think the problem that some governances is too much money and too many people involved. And when there's too many people with too much money, I don't feel that it will be much different from the first one. Just my opinion, again.
I'm not sure. That's good. That's great. Especially the approach to how to spend tokens. Not sure I agree necessarily with the idea that a smaller group of members is always a good idea. To me, it seems like
smaller. It's not. I mean, it's not like two people or three people.
Okay.
It's not just like 15.
Oh, okay. 15. How many were there in the original?
In the original was 11.
Okay. Okay, so 15.
No,
yeah,
no,
15
I think 15. Actually, 11. I think I think we'll propose something about like 7 or 9, and we'll see how it goes from there.
I think the most important thing is that they be from different walks of life. I mean, obviously they have to
Of course,
be experts in what they do, but not all friends of friends.
No, of course. But again, the jury will be selected, and the amount of juries should be not less than 20, I believe, maybe 15, 20. But again, I do not want the same thing happening like with the community voice. Is that something very simple? You're running around all the chats trying to gather people to sign something very simple. I mean, that's the idea. But the jury members should be north of 20. That's what I think. And with the help of the analytics subgovernance will keep all these jury members at bay.
Okay. All right. Well, looking forward to seeing that.
Okay.
Thank you, Nikita. Okay. Any other questions or a comment? No. Okay, let's move to YouTube. We have a couple questions. So first question is, when will staking be available on Surf in the web version? Mitya, I think that's for you.
I'm not sure it's for me. It's actually for Zhenya.
It's for you, Zhenya.
It's available in beta version, beta.surf, the .ton.surf.
The web version, right?
Yep.
There you go. It's available in beta.
Beta web version.
And how can I implement the TON crystal as a payment method on my website?
Yeah, Mitya, will you answer or should I answer it?
Sorry, again, can you repeat that?
Yeah, how can I implement the TON crystal as a payment method on my website?
You can integrate Brox solution, for example, because we have all methods for it.
Yep, good answer, for example.
Or you can do it yourself.
Why don't you toss a link in here, Sergey, and I'll toss it into the...
Actually, there is also one more way. Last week, Changely, our partner, announced to have integrated FreeTON into their system. So they provide a way to integrate a widget to their website to accept FreeTON and any other cryptocurrency and do all the stuff. So that's actually another way. If you follow their social media, you can find all the links there.
Excellent. Changely, Changely. And Byram, I will toss the link. I'm just waiting for it. So as soon as I get one, I'll toss it over to you. Okay, that's all I have from YouTube. Let's see. Do we have anything that was written into us? Roman, seems no.
No.
Why don't you do this, Byram? This is my Telegram ID. Just ping me and I'll get you that information because I think we just might be done. Oh, wow, 36 minutes.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
I don't know if it's
I don't want
a good sign or not.
Well, no. I mean, it's good, but I don't want to jinx it. I'm sure this is it's just 2 in a row. It's an anomaly. It's one of those things that happens and then never happens again. So,
well, we'll have more interesting next week.
Yeah, a lot more interesting stuff coming next week.
There will be
absolutely.
Yeah.
I do have a spanner I could throw in the works if anyone wants. Just a 5-minute one. I just wondered if anyone could explain in a little more depth about the China BSM partnership. There was the story went out on Cointelegraph. When was it? Going back to last week now, or would have been the day before last week's call, but I think it was a bit muted on last week's call, or hadn't quite done the rounds with everyone. Does anyone have any sort of further details besides what was in the Cointelegraph article?
Oh, yeah, I think it's this question for me. So probably you know that cryptocurrencies are not legally allowed in China, so you cannot use it officially. So of course, some people in China use VPN and other stuff to circumvent it, but normally you cannot promote it, you cannot train openly developers and again promote projects openly. So in order to, but at the same time, TON technology is great, and what we do is all TON OS with all front end, with browser for dApps is a great technology, and China is a huge market. So the only way to present it for teams, to promote to teams, is to do to have a special project in China, which from one hand allows to use exactly the same technology, the same case without the same stack without any change, which actually, because TON in first place is a smart contract, ultimate smart contract platform. So you cannot transfer tokens between accounts because again of the legislation restrictions, but you can run smart contracts and develop whatever you want for China market. That's how the project appeared. So BSN is a group. It's a private, by the way. It's a private project. It is a group of companies, including some huge ones like China Mobile, and what they do, they launch technologies from public blockchains, launch it for China market. So that's what we are doing right now. So we would like to promote it openly, to train developers, and then they will choose probably at some point to deploy their dApp to TON as well. That's their choice, but we should be sure that we'll be able to promote them openly.
Fantastic. That's big news, I think. Awesome.
Yes, it's important one.
Very big news.
I think just like 2 cents from me on this one. I think some people, and I saw some comments on the forum, are looking at it as a way of kind of giving up on TON values. I look at it totally differently. I think it's an opportunity for Chinese developers to participate kind of in the global blockchain space through that interface. Let's call it interface. It's not exactly an interface. So I would look at it more positively than this. And that's one of the reasons why TON Lab took the hit, because again, it's somewhat specific story. But I look at it with a lot of optimism. I think Chinese blockchain space is going to develop massively due to the all the factors that we see, and I guess it would be not intelligent not to participate in that. So that's kind of a smart way of going around that.
Yes, and to that, even before the launch of that project, Chinese community became by far the largest one in TON. So they have a group in WeChat, not in Telegram, but still, I mean, now it is probably it is the largest community in TON, and very vibrant and developing very quickly, and they actually starting nodes, starting participating in TON. So that's how we see supporting of this growth.
I think it's important to also note that it's important to make the distinction that it's TON Labs that actually is providing them the technology. So TON is just going to be a platform that they're going to be able to use like everybody else to some extent. But the technology is coming from TON Labs. There's a question in the chat from Olive. Can you please explain about deploying your dApp in the TON blockchain?
Yeah, well, of course, I mean, there is, well, first of all, let's define the dApp. What kind of dApp? Then there are tons of documents on ton.dev website. And that includes how to write the smart contract, how to use the SDK in your end user application, whatever it is. Just a reminder, SDK supports up to 20 platforms and languages today. It then also has kind of easy to use developer tools. There was a VS Code plugin released last week. So everything is there. I know it sometimes can get confusing because there is a lot of documentation, because there are a lot of different tools you can use. And we're trying to streamline all that now into kind of easier to follow developer experience. It's a work in progress. VS Code plugin was one of these. So there are groups that supporting directly these efforts. So there's a great SDK group for that. And if you can toss links to our usual links to the YouTube channel chat, it would be great.
Well, Olive's actually in this chat, so I'll toss them in here as well.
Yes, sure. So yeah, so and if you have any questions, there is a great community around all these tools. So you can just ask in the channels, and it usually get answered every question very, very quickly. We'll point you out and we'll solve if you have any problems on that. Actually, by the end of the day today, we will have as a first kind of DeBot how-to, I would say, for the latest version of DeBot technology. Guys are working on that right now as we speak. So I will add this link. We will add this link as well. We'll promote this link as well, so you can start writing your DBots. Again, this is another way to do dApps on Freeton, the unique way to Freeton, bypassing the Web3 kind of ideology into DeBot ideology, which is end-to-end decentralized. So that's it.
Yep. Oh, hang on one sec. Toss the wrong link.
Yeah, just ton.dev. That's the
yeah, the SDK one too. Yeah.
And the group link to the group. Yeah, exactly.
And he's doing it. Oh, thank you, Anne. Appreciate it. Gnome, you have a question? Please go ahead.
Yeah. Are the Neil Foundation guys still here?
Yep.
I wanted to ask about the zkSNARKS technology. Is there anything that is usable right now? Because I couldn't find anything except for a really degenerate website about Freeton and Neil.
Yeah, the website is kind of drafty, so it's really not what we care about, actually. So sure, I've just even made a pull request to the TON Labs repo with that, and this thing can be considered like kind of working. It's been tested for quite some time. There is also a CPP compiler suitable for using this instruction in here as well. Well, just like build it like a usual CPP compiler from like CPP to DVM. It's just a fork of TON Labs repo. But also there is a Rust node, which is a little bit more complicated to push to like TON Labs repos, but it's available. It's also available. I would actually prefer for you to test the CPP node at first, if you'd really like to. Well, that's about it. There is an example, if you'd like to. It's kind of basic, a CPP example. It's kind of basic, but anyway, here it is.
Okay, thanks. I'll look into that.
All right. Just ping me in case of like any questions, because that's the easiest way.
Thank you, Noam. Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Noam? Okay.
No, yeah, no.
Noam. Apologies. Okay. Let's see. That's it for anything on YouTube. Don't see anything that's been written in. So last chance for Romance. If you don't have any more questions, I think we're done for the day. And I will see you next week.
Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you, guys.
See you next
Thank
week.
you for coming.
Come join
Great.
next week because it will be awesome presentations coming. Really awesome. You will enjoy it.
Thanks. Cheers.
So make sure to be here. Same
Bye.
bad time, same bad channel. All right. Take care. Have a great rest of your week.
See you. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody.